What's the Church of Scientology so afraid of?
This is SPTV.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome to this episode of Scientology Live. Marc Headley here.
Claire Headley here.
Let's just see. It's been a while. We've been busy, guys. We got a bunch of stuff to update you on. Let's just see who's in here. If we got anybody show up for the live. Oh yeah, looks like we got a few hundred people in here. We got get it down there in the comments and let me see where you're coming in from. Oh, we got somebody from Denmark.
Wow.
We got Sweden, Angels Camp, California, Toronto, Longmont, Colorado. Hey, Longmont.
Yay,
Yeah,
Longmont.
Just south of a little bit of you guys.
At least it's not North Longmont where Denver Steve-O hangs out.
Yeah. We got Ireland, Oklahoma, West Palm Beach, Canada, Michigan, Perth, Australia, Yorkshire, UK, Minnesota, Birmingham, Alabama, unfortunately. That was in the comment, not me. Scranton, Victoria, Canada, Long Beach, Southern California, Central Illinois, Seattle, Cowtown, Massachusetts. Wow, Georgia, Philly. Well, I got people from all over tonight. Awesome.
Nice.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Let's give a shout out to the amazing, the one, the only Goldie.
Yes.
Goldie.
We have the golden moderator with us tonight, Goldie, known as Goldie.
Yes.
She keeps the comments in the chat under control because evidently you guys are pretty rowdy and we need a full-time moderator to babysit. So, yes, we've been off the radar because this is our 50th live that we've done on Scientology, and we just celebrated my 50th birthday last week. So we've been we've been off the radar for a little bit, and now we've just been recovering over the last few days. But
that was quite something to recover from.
Yes, we had a lot of people showed up, and we had tons of fun, and because of that, we weren't doing videos during that time, but
I did have a new episode of Where is Shelley Miscavige dropped this morning.
That's
Yay.
right. If you guys haven't seen that, so Claire did a series. Where is Shelley Miscavige? The first video was just with me to just kind of get it going. And now she's going to interview people that lived and worked with Shelley from when she was very young, like in her teens, all the way up until like the kind of the mid 2000s when she disappeared.
Yeah,
so,
exploring all aspects of Shelley's 58 years in Scientology.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. That's cool. The one that dropped today was with Mike, right? That was the episode. Yeah, and some of these other episodes are amazing, guys. Like just the things that you'll find out that even I learned things listening to these videos.
I do too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but yeah, so crazy. And then what else do we got? We got the Shelley series. Oh, we did another episode of the Spy Files, and I'm going to try to get at least one of those every week. So Claire will have a Where is Shelley Miscavige video, and I'm going to try to do a Spy Files video every week. The documents that are coming up are very big, and they're like just salads from the Office of Special Affairs, Scientology Spy Wing. So I've been dreading getting to these, and yeah, we'll see what happens. We might even have to break them into like part 1 and 2s. We'll see. But yeah, that's coming. And what else do we got? Oh,
and then I have a bunch more interviews coming too.
Well, yeah, we have.
Yeah, I mean, we have like six episodes of Where's Shelley, and then I'm recording more of those each week, and then I'm also picking back up on the interviews. So
yeah, we've got a lot of new stuff. If you haven't seen it, the Spy Files are on the Blown for Good channel, and there's actually a playlist that I think is just Spy Files. But if you just search for Spy Files on the channel, The Spy Files videos, I think, are some of the most watched videos on the channel, between Claire's interviews and the Spy Files. Those are the lives. We get a lot watching at once, but I don't think all of those make it to the top of the pile.
Yep.
But do you remember which that video was? Was it Spy?
Yeah,
was it Spy Files, or was it a live?
It was a live. I was rebooting my computer, as you know, but while you're talking, I'll pull it up.
So
I know it was on February 16th with Mike. I'll tell you which number it is in just a minute.
Well, either way, Scientology sent a whole bunch of letters to my clients, and saying that I was, that I like to party on Hollywood Boulevard. Oh, by the way, this last birthday, no, I made it all the way to the end of the night. I had full motor control at the end of the evening, folks. Anyway, Scientology sent these letters out to...
And neither was it on Hollywood Boulevard, for that matter.
Yeah, I didn't pass out on any sidewalk in any town.
No.
So
it was Spy Files number 14 with
there
Mike
you
Rinder.
go. Spy Files number 14. We went through this letter that Scientology sent to my business clients, and at the end of the letter, all these Scientologists signed it. Okay, so we crowdsourced their info. Thank you, everyone out in the YouTube world.
Yes.
We got sent all of their data, and we had a law firm send them a letter, and this happened over the past few weeks, maybe month or two now, because this happened in February.
Yep.
So between February and now, we got all the addresses, we got all the info, we gave that all over to the law firm. The law firm sent them a letter. Well, we just heard back from a lawyer who's representing, is it 26 people?
Yep.
He's representing all 26 of them. And he has he's answered our letter saying, thank you, we got your letter, and let us track down our 26 clients that are all over the world, because we don't even know who all over the country, because we don't even know who they are. And so once
that's not weird.
Yeah.
Take on a client you don't even know who or where they are, 26 of them all over the country. That's not suspicious at all.
Right.
That doesn't sound like IRS tax-free dollars being put to bad use, does it now, folks?
Yeah. So essentially, I guess Scientology, I'm assuming that Scientology has hired these attorneys to represent all 26 of these people. And now they're going to make form responses from those people. But the thing that's kind of crazy is, I don't know if these Scientologists know they signed this letter. Like, they're from all over. So it wasn't like the letter was passed around and they signed it. Somebody put all those signatures on there, either digitally or just, here we go. So we'll see how.
Add with or without their approval and knowledge, even.
Yeah. So those people are just going to find out that they're in the middle of a legal matter now for signing one of their little internet troll letters, and we'll see how that goes. I was thinking, because it cost a lot. It was so much to send the letter, but that was half of the cost it was going to be from crowdsourcing all the info. If we would have had to pay the lawyers to then pay somebody to track everybody down, it probably would have been double the amount that we ended up spending. But I want to say it was north of $5,000, right?
Yeah.
To send a letter. It was about $5,000.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
For our law firm to review the situation and send a letter to all these people, poof. So anyway, so that's where that stands. We will update you. And also for the people, every once in a while I see an email saying, hey, this guy's phone number changed, and they send me the info. We got everything we need. I know and that's partially my fault, because I was out of town for a few weeks on a job, and then I've just been catching up. So I'm probably 2 months behind on the Blown for Good email. So I'm sorry about that. I do have a full-time job, and
I. Thank you.
And so, I mean, I might get 100 emails a day on that Blown for Good email. So I can't get to every single email, guys. And to be honest, I haven't even been on the Blown for Good email for probably a month or so, maybe 2 months now. So,
if you need something urgently, it might be more efficient to send smoke signals, is
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah. But
we will make an effort to get caught up
Yeah.
one of these months.
we'll try. But, okay, what else? We did get a really cool letter, and we're going to do a whole video about that, and we'll show you that probably next week or the week after. We'll see. But I did want to show, a lot of people were asking, because we did the Where's Shelley series that we just had the last 2 weeks. They're asking if we should have some Where's Shelley merch. Okay? You ask, we deliver.
We answered.
Okay? This is the Where is Shelley collection on the Blown for Good store, which is the link is in the description. But we got a hoodie. Oh, yeah, there it is. We got a Where's Shelley hoodie.
Which comes in many different colors.
Yeah, there's a rainbow of fruit flavors here. Okay. We got all that. Bingo, bingo. Great. You love it. I know. It's amazing. And then we have the SPTV collection. We got these cool sticker packs that are actually pretty cheap. And we got some mugs, and then we got some hoodies. For the people that are telling us that, I guess there's something, I had to study all about it. There's a thing called a pink tax where certain female items are just charged more or higher cost or something.
Yeah, as our kids would say, we had to search it up.
Yeah, I had to search it up. Anyway, the reason that there's one female shirt that costs more than everything else, and that's because it's just made out of some super fancy material that's super comfy, and they just charge more for it. That's all. All the other stuff's just normal. It's not made from, wherever thread made by silkworms on Superman's home planet, or wherever they're getting this material from. Anyway, that's the SPTV collection. We got mugs, we got stickers, we got notebooks, we got
you should
hoodies.
show the new Not Today Thetan.
And then we have the Xenu is My Homeboy collection, and that has Xenu is My Homeboy, Hail Xenu. There's this Xenu is My Homeboy ladies tee that everyone's getting excited about. There is Not Today Thetan. Somebody wanted this shirt, and so it says Not Today Thetan, like off the other guy's name who rhymes with Thetan. We have that's right.
There's
so
a bunch of different ones of those. I love them all. Clara did an amazing job.
Yeah, we have the Not Today Thetan Super Soft Tee, the spooky version. And then we have the Not Today Thetan retro version. And then we have the Not Today 404 version.
That's
which is
my favorite. I love that one.
This is when the Thetans get into Claire's computer on a full-time basis.
Yeah, on a full-time basis. Seriously.
Anyway,
get back to work on catching up on your backlog.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the Xenu. Oh, we got hoodies, we got stickers, we got all kinds of stuff. And then we have the Cracker collection. And then we got some signed books. So we have almost all the merch we have is something that somebody requested. So, if you guys want something, I mean, we have a lot of stuff on there right now. So hopefully you guys can just do that stuff, like that stuff, if you want to get something. That helps us pay for $5,000 legal letters we got to send out to mess with Scientology's nonsense. That goes into the legal fund, the Headley legal fund. And then I think the last, is that it? Did I forget anything?
Nope, I think we're good. And then that's it on the merch store.
Oh, you know what, guys? We do have some bad news.
We do?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
Oh no, that's awful.
Yeah. You know this whole cracker thing? Well, I've been eating a lot of crackers lately, and my system does not agree with crackers. I just don't know what to tell you. My system, my bod, this hot bod, a 50-year-old bod of mine, is it's not cracker friendly, and so my whole cracker licking career, it has been sidelined for the moment, and
evidently it's short-lived, because I've never, in the almost 31 years we've been married, other than in Kelly's intro, I've never seen you lick a cracker. Just wanted to throw that out there.
But this might, I hate to say it, but this might lend a tiny shred of credibility to this whole cracker licking thing, because I started eating them and I have a bad upset stomach. So maybe this happened 30 years ago and I figured, oh, don't eat those. You could lick them, but don't eat them. This is highly unlikely and improbable, but it's the only scenario I can see that this whole cracker licking.
This is what we do when we lay in bed at night trying to go to sleep. Like, under what scenario might I have licked a cracker?
Yeah, we were brainstorming cracker licking opportunities that might have occurred in the 15 years that I worked there. So I don't know, but Crackergate lives on. We'll see what happens, but we're still going to leave that awesome cracker licker video up. That's staying no matter what. And I don't want to give Kelly any ideas, because she's working on a special project for us right now.
She is.
But if anybody wants to take any other hate videos and remix them, be my guest. If you can make something it's got to be at that Kelly level, but if it's she
set the bar very high. But when you see the art in that, like, every single time I watch that, I laugh harder. It's just amazing.
And it's pretty funny. There's also, you got to listen to the very end of the video, because there's a giant cracker crunch right at the end. And Kelly actually had stock shots in there of some dude eating a cracker, and when we got the video from her, and I said, well, the video's about me. I might as well get down on some crackers. So then that's what I recorded, those little sections for her, and I just did a bunch of random stuff and I sent it to her, and she cut it right in. It worked perfect. It was pretty awesome, and she even got some good eye moves, and I don't remember doing any of that, but she was able to edit it.
I just enjoyed that you even got B-roll at the grocery store.
I did.
Rolling the cart along.
That's
in
true.
The grocery aisle.
I put my phone on the shopping cart, like I rested it, and I started the video, and then I drove down the cracker aisle. I had an improvised dolly shot down the and you should have seen the looks I was getting, because I probably did like 10 versions, and I did a slow version, and then I did a fast. They were all too fast, but I did the slowest I could without looking like a total freak in the grocery store. One of those guys that's pulling the food off the shelves, to like get an online order together. This person, I swear, you would have thought it was me. This guy had like 8 different crackers he was pulling out of the cracker aisle, and
personal shopper.
Yeah,
he's like, what kind of freak eats 10 different kinds of crackers?
But I was the freak, because he's like, why is this guy videoing the crackers? Anyway, it was fun. Okay.
Gosh.
I think we're going to do, is there anything else? I can't think of anything else that's happening. I mean, there's a lot that's happening, but nothing that we're going to really talk about here tonight in any depth. Yeah. We know that the trial...
let's give a shout out to all the... We're up to 1421. Just say sorry we missed the Monday Night Love. Our youngest had a trombone band performance last night, and it was the last of the year, so we wanted to show our support and go see it. He did amazing.
He did. He's like rocking it out on the trombone. The other stuff that's happening, when we have something that we can talk about, we'll talk about it. But otherwise, if you want to ask us a question, get in the chat, and Claire will star some questions, and then if there's nothing else, I think we can just start going into the Q&A, right? You got anything else?
Nope. Absolutely.
Okay.
We're good to
Here we go. Hey, Joe, can you please discuss how important chiropractors are to Scientology? Well, I think...
Sure, I will.
You want to? Yeah.
Yeah. Chiropractors are important to Scientology because they have lots of money. And so, for example, my stepfather was the he was the head of the Beverly Hills Mission, and he actually catered to chiropractors specifically. For a while, he would fly all over the U.S. just to personally deliver Scientology counseling to these chiropractors and get into Scientology, and then the chiropractors would get all their staff in. And I don't know well, actually, David Singer targeted chiropractors specifically, too. That's what kind of built that mold.
Yeah, and I think really what they do for chiropractors is most chiropractors, they go to chiropractor school, and this is how Scientology sells them on this. But there's a group called the World Institute of Scientology Enterprises.
Yep.
Is that what it is? And it's basically a Scientology business club that you pay a certain amount of money to belong to, and then you actually sign an agreement that your business will use L. Ron Hubbard's administrative technology and teachings in your business, and then you pay to WISE like a tithe or a membership fee that's not, it's an amount. And then you have to train, once you're a member, you have to train all your staff on Scientology. So the thing that they use to sell these Scientologists on these chiropractors on getting into this is that you went to chiropractor school, you didn't go to business school. So these chiropractors, uniformly, it's dentists and chiropractors are wholly unorganized in their business practice, and they don't have anybody to do that. And so what they do is Scientology has created like all these patterns and set things. It's like a startup chiropractor business or a standard dentist business practice, and it has all the things that you do and checklists and all these things that essentially organize. And they've also, from years and years of dealing with chiropractors and dentists, they've learned all these tips and tricks on how you can make more money as a dentist or a chiropractor, just the way you sell your services and email clients and all these little things that most chiropractors are clueless about. They just want to help people, or dentists, they just want to fix teeth, and they don't really know how to do the business end of it. Well, Scientology has perfected how to do the business end of that, and they have all that, and they
air quotes.
Yeah,
put in the air quotes.
They package it as Scientology, even though it's just basically chiropractor and dentistry and just normal business practices. And some of them might be, tips or tricks that you could do that they've found successful over the years. But so they get these chiropractors in, and they're all horribly organized, and they don't make as much money as they think they're going to make. And so when Scientology says, oh, we're going to double your income in the first year and possibly triple or quadruple it in following years, and they're like, what could go wrong? And so as soon as they double their income, Scientology says, well, we're going to take them. We want all that, because the whole reason you're doing good now is because of us. And so they just want the money, guys. And there was a guy named, is it David Singer?
Yep.
David Singer, and another gentleman by the name of Greg Hughes, who was very, very involved in this in the 80s. And they had these consultants companies that would go after these specific chiropractors or dentists or business professionals, or they'll go after anybody, but they really have a good sales pitch for the dentists and the chiropractors. And Scientology has made millions and millions and millions off of these dentists and chiropractors. And the other thing that they sometimes get involved in is insurance fraud. And Scientology will teach you how to do all kinds of fraud if you let them. And if you can convince them you're going to get some money, it's going to end up back their way. I can't remember. Oh, Spina. It's the Spinas. The Spina brothers were some huge ballers in Scientology, whales. And they gave millions and millions of dollars to Scientology from, I want to say they were chiropractors. I can't remember if they were.
Bruce and Beth Settle were two big ones too that came in through the Beverly Hills Mission. They were dentists.
They were dentists. Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure that I've actually been to their house. I shot some Scientology films at their house. They had
I've been to their house too before I joined the Sea Org.
The one in the hills?
Yeah, in Malibu.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or close to Malibu.
Yeah, it wasn't in Malibu, but I know what you're talking about. It's in the mountains.
Yeah.
Santa Monica Mountains, I think.
It's on the way towards Malibu if
Joe,
you're living in Burbank.
I think we answered the hell out of your question.
Yeah, there you go. He's like, okay, please stop talking.
Yeah, he's like, okay. And now I know the answer. Local Huco. Claire, tell us your favorite Shakira song. Much love to you both. Shakira.
The one that immediately comes to mind is Hips Don't Lie, but I can't tell if that's because Mark always says, yeah, those hips don't lie, or I don't know.
There was not a lot of things that got to us in the bubble. Wasn't that when we were at the base was when Shakira was floating around, right?
Isn't there a Wolf song that she did too?
I want to say yes. I think there was a wolf, so. some kind of animal.
We didn't have much access to, or much even input to know what the songs were or the lyrics or anything else. Is kind of pathetic, but I like Shakira.
Yeah, she also publicly stated that she's not getting mixed up with any Tom Cruise stuff. She was probably just walking near him, and they did a photo op or something, and as they were walking away, somebody got a picture. I don't know. Slater JL says, Claire, loving the new series. You and Mike answered a question today that I've had for a long time. How come David won't just produce Shelley to stop all the speculation? I bet Mike was spot on. Yeah, they covered that in the video. Yes. So if you haven't seen the video she did with Mike, as soon as this is over, get on over there and get some of that.
Yeah, I'm just thoroughly enjoying doing this series, and as we've said, we already have 6 episodes in the can, so to speak, and much, much more coming. So it's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, it's doing great.
We're going to keep asking, where is Shelley?
Yeah. Soik or Sok? Shout out from Sweden on the 50th episode. Thank you. However you say your name. Danka.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
Is that Swedish?
Pretty sure it means thank you. Yeah, my Swedes, get in the chat and tell me Danka is right. Come on. I spent quite a time in Copenhagen on Jernbanegan.
Well, I watched lots of...
I know Danka. I think Danka is German.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was just about to say. So I used to have to watch all the videos of students training on how to use the lie detector in Scientology, including in foreign languages. So like the French one was, you say, squeeze the cans, squeeze the electrodes. Yeah. Sally boîte, s'il vous plaît.
I think talk. Is it doc or talk? It's either doc. Hold on, I have to go back in time. I'm pretty sure it's talk or tack or talk. I think it's talk. Is thank you in Sweden or Denmark or something like that. I don't remember. Ugh, too many places. Matt's caustic comments.
Kathy Collins says Danka is German. I knew it.
We've already established that. I've already switched my position to talk. Catone Warrior says, I just finished Jenna Miscavige Hill's book. Touched to hear of your interactions with her, Claire. Do you have a strong or standout memory of her? Hugs and love.
I do, yeah, and I know I actually read that book again newly. Jenna and I have always just been very close, and I just was not ever a fan of the a-hole approach in Scientology. I never did that well. I was called many nasty names because I was quote unquote worker oriented, but Jenna My outstanding memory with Jenna was when she was about 13 or 14. I was in training in Clearwater, Florida.
Remember the language.
I know. I know. When I was in Religious Technology Center. And because I had connected with her where everyone else had just destroyed her trust, I was tasked with flying back with her to Los Angeles so that she could be told that her mother was being sent to the rehabilitation project force. And that was tough. Anyway, Jenna is a very sweet person and I love her. So
yeah,
and I loved her book. It was great.
And if we ever finish the spy files that I have on me, Jenna and her husband have a whole folder of spy files too that I've seen.
Yeah.
And they talk about this very thing of Claire having to bring her back and then her being essentially told, you can't leave, you have to stay, and Dallas can't leave, he has to stay, and if one of you leave, then you have to get divorced and the other can't leave with the other. It's a whole thing.
Still, and still, in fact, my favorite story from Jenna was after she got out and she and Dallas came. The first thing they did was came and had dinner with us, or we went and had dinner with them. And they told us the whole story about how Osa had told them, you can be in touch with whatever suppressive people you want. You just can't talk to Mark and Claire.
Yeah. And like,
we're like platinum meritorious of suppressive people, apparently.
Yeah. And that's in the spy files where they told them, got to brief them on who they can talk to and who they can't talk to. Because there's a whole saga. They're trying to leave. Then they're not trying to leave. They're going to stay. And then they're trying to leave again. And then finally, it's like they're both leaving and they don't give a shit about what anybody says. They're leaving. And then it was like, okay, they got to get properly talked to and they got to sign papers and they got to do all this. And then she left and the first thing they did was talk to us. And then she ended up writing a book and they were on, I can't remember which show. They were on a few shows.
I think it was ABC or something. Yeah. And then, yeah,
it's not a good look. It's an easy sell on a book or a TV show when your name is Miscavige and you escape from the Sea Org. So that did not go well for them.
Yep.
That did not go the way they wanted. And Jenna and her husband Dallas are awesome, and they really reached a lot of people with that.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Kat and Maggie, happy belated birthday, Mark, from Adequate Centennial. From Adequate. Centennial,
she's
Colorado.
Playing on Denver Studio.
Oh, they just say, thank you, Kat and Maggie.
Names.
I appreciate it. Thank you,
Kat and
Very
Maggie.
generous.
You're just down the street from us. That's awesome.
MLH in Hinrichs, ML Hinrichs from Vancouver Islands, Canada, wearing my Xenu sweater. Oh,
nice.
Yeah. If you guys have merch, take pictures and put it up on Twitter or Facebook. You can go. There's a whole bunch of groups on Facebook. Is it the
Coffee Cults and
no? Yeah, I know. But what's the Aftermath group? Supporters of the Aftermath?
Oh, yeah, supporters of yeah.
We'll put a link in the description. Yeah. Share your pictures on there. And of your merch, if you got merch, we want to get feedback on good merch and bad merch. We've only heard great things about everything, but if anybody has any issues, let us know so we can get that resolved. Kathy Ann says, "Love the new Where's Shelley episode with Mike, Claire."
Yay! Thank you. Yeah, so much great stuff coming. Really good.
Andrew Humphrey says, "Mark, just finished your awesome book on audio." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I read it myself. It was the first time I read my book. The Comper Mustache. What was Diem's reaction to Heaven's Gate? I think is Heaven's Gate the ones with the quarters, the hail bop? Hopefully.
We were in media blackout, folks.
Yeah,
Sorry.
It wasn't a lot of, I'm pretty sure.
There was not a lot of free-flowing information where we were at the time.
Yeah. I want to say that's the guys that had they had like these special shoes and they had quarters to get on the spaceship. And when the Hale-Bopp comet was coming around, their spaceship was in the tail of the comet. That's where it flew.
Yeah.
And Scientologists are like, that's crazy. It's like, yeah, because you don't know about Xenu yet.
And unfortunately, when things like that happen, the mechanism in a Scientologist's mind gets them locked further in to what
Yeah.
they're in. Oh, see, yeah, we definitely don't want to leave. The world is crazy out there. There's so much bad stuff happening. See, they're a bunch of loonies.
That's true.
The holier than thou. Yeah.
We usually find out about the bad news. We don't find out a lot of good news.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there's no like, oh, look at this company where you can make $50 an hour and have a 401k and full insurance benefits and all that stuff. None of that is being promoted in the C organization, right, Osa?
Yeah. Pamela Crawford says Claire needs a blue light in her background. Yeah, we could get her a light. We've got lights sitting around. She wants one. She could get one.
We're working it up.
Yeah. We're trying to get her a new computer so that we don't have this nonsense happening over there where she's like, Shannon Graves. Oh, thank you, Shannon. Hope you had a great birthday. Love the second episode this morning. It made my heart ache. Yes, Shannon, thank you very much. These episodes that Claire has coming are amazing, and you will find out you're 100% there's stuff that's never been heard about Shelley before, because we're talking to every single person that knew her that's willing to speak about Scientology, and Claire has managed to round up a bunch of those people. So It's pretty awesome. And if you're out there and you knew Shelley, or you're related to her, or you used to work at the Imp Base and you haven't told anybody anything, and now you don't care, give us a shout out, and we'll tell your story about Shelley.
Yeah, and I already have found people that I had left off my list that have reached out to me since the series started. So my list is growing, which is great, because we are going to explore. And again, yes, the Where is Shelley is a punchline, but Shelley is a person. So we're exploring that and really using it to expose how Scientology has the authority, evidently, with the U.S. government's blessing and the police blessing, to disappear people, and no questions are asked. So yeah, that ain't okay with me. I don't know about you, but I'm going to keep asking.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. Been watching the Shelley Miscavige series. Love it. Do you think that Shelley could be sick, i.e. cancer, dementia, etc., and could that be the reason DM hides her? That's certainly not out of the question. The last girl that was at the Imp Base that was kind of under wraps was a woman by the name of Annie Tidman. She used to be Annie Broker, and it was her and her husband that Hubbard actually supposedly turned over Scientology to. And Pat Broker escaped and left, and Annie also went at some point to meet up with him. And Marty Rathbun actually is the one who got her back to the property. She was blown, and then they went and they recovered her. That's what they call it. When someone's blown, they say when you get them back, they've been recovered.
Yeah, but to be clear, she wasn't blowing to be with Pat. She was blowing to go be with her next husband, Jim Logan.
Oh, I didn't know I thought she'd escaped more than once. It was only that one time
that I know of. I mean,
yeah, I don't remember all that.
I know the time that when Marty was going to get her back, though. I do know for sure that time she was going to be with Jim.
Okay, her other husband.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, but either way, she did pass away of cancer, and we just found out because somebody found the death certificate. And that's another thing.
Yeah, 2 years after the fact.
Yeah. If she does pass away, they would likely have a death certificate. And there are lots of people that are constantly checking for those things in Riverside County, San Bernardino County, Los Angeles County, the possible places that she has known to have been hidden.
Yeah. But the fact is that we do not know for a fact where she is. Scientology often sends people outside of the U.S. to protect themselves if they think that somebody's going to try and escape or going to say something bad about them. And, hey, just throwing it out there, if there's any of Shelley's family who want to talk and help push this point home and make sure she's okay, because we do not know she is okay, then reach out to me.
Okay. Great.
Awesome.
Dave, Dave Wielhauer. Happy birthday, Mark. I trust you had an awesome birthday. Question, were you rooting for the Lakers or the Nuggets? Regardless, here's a small token of my appreciation for you and your bride. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I am a Nuggets fan. Never was a really big LA sports fan when we were there because we weren't paying attention to sports. We're the place where we worked. And when I got out, I was having too much fun to be worried about anything with the sports stuff. And I spent most of my free time jet skiing and partying. Jenna Gold, got my BFG mug in red. Your personalized video message was amazing. People should just buy merch to get the thank you message. Thank you, Jenna Gold. Yeah, the store that we have has an option where when you buy something, we can thank you personally, and it has like a chat option or a video option or an audio, and you know what the hell. You guys know what we look like. We might as well do a video. So
it's kind of fun. I know
fun.
My kids see me doing it and they're like, Mom, you're such a spaz. I'm like, come on. I'm engaging with the audience.
Yes.
Isn't that what you modern kids want?
I got to grab this really quick. Okay. I sent you a pillow for your birthday. Thank you. Now I know
John
who it was
Zachowski.
Here,
oh, my goodness.
Look at this, guys. Is this a bunch of nonsense or what? It's a giant cracker pillow. I just opened this right before we did the live. Yeah, thank you, John. Anybody who can't see, I'll just cover up the mic and my camera. That's the
cracker pillow. And by the way, John, thank you so much for the personalized little bears. He sent us 2 little hugging bears with Claire on one ear and Mark on the other. It was so cute.
And then we got this from Marilyn.
Oh, yes.
It says, hopefully the camera focuses there and you can see that.
Memories for days.
We should put a link to her store. We got so many things we got.
Yes.
I got bracelets that say basically and Mark.
Those were, I think, yeah. And I have one that says Claire. So thank you.
So thank you, John. I appreciate the pillow.
Bracelets, I think, were from Rebecca, if I remember correctly. So thank you. And if I messed up the name, I'm sorry, but thank you.
Awesome. Okay, Joe again. What does someone who has completed OT8 and still believes look like? Can you create a profile of said supreme being with love? LOL. I'll let you answer that one. They look like normal people.
Yeah. Well, the funny part is that, do you remember that? So there's a film in Scientology called the Tone Scale film, where they use actors to portray every single one of the tone levels in Scientology, all the way from the top, which is 40.0, serenity of beingness, all the way down to 0, body death, all the way down to -40, which is total failure. And do you remember that in the original version of the Tone Scale film, they used Wendell Reynolds to be the actor for Serenity of Beingness. He's been in Scientology for like 40 years. He's a really creepy kind of guy. So he just puts on this face like with this small little kind of like smile with these glassy eyes. You know, honestly, it kind of reminds me of Aaron's description of Carol Masterson at the trial.
Maybe.
That she's trying to emulate this spooky, like, I don't know, whatever.
I think Wendell was one of the original guys that was on the Apollo, the Sea Org ship with L. Ron Hubbard.
Yep.
Back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, they just look like normal people, and a lot of times the OT8s, like we had about, I want to say 4 or 5 people at the imp base. That's also a good thing. Even at the imp base, there was 4 or 5 people out of almost 1,000 that were at that level, and they were not rock stars. Not one single one of them. Well, actually, to be fair, one of them was a musician, but he wasn't a rock star. Okay. No.
He was a musician, not, exactly. Yeah.
He was not a rock star, but he and his wife were, I think, maybe 2 of the worst possible examples of somebody who had been at that level, and you would just be like, what?
Yeah.
It was the Scientology, when it gets into those things, it's almost wholly a pay to play situation. So if you have money, you can be OT8. It's not a matter of how you can get to OT8. You have to not do a bunch of dumb stuff that's going to get you in trouble with Scientology, and you have to have money, and you have to be willing to part with a lot of money. It could cost $300,000 to $500,000 to get to OT8. So depending on how you get there and how fast you do it, and if you do it all at once, and anyway.
And the number of them that die shockingly and unexpectedly is alarming.
Yeah.
Like even when I was 12 or 13, my siblings were going to a pediatric dentist in LA, and he had just attained the state of OT8, and then they went for a checkup, and then a week later my mom's like, "Oh yeah, their dentist died." I was like, "What?" "Oh yeah, he was going for a run and he hit his head and he just passed away." I'm like, holy moly.
There are a lot of Scientologists that pass away from cancer. Mm-hmm. That is a very, very prominent. It seems like the number of people that I hear that pass away and the number of people that I hear that passed away in Scientology, I want to say like 90% of them pass away from cancer. Yeah. And I don't know if that has something to do with all that niacin or the sort of, I'm not sure why it seems they have such a high cancer rate, but it might be, somebody should figure that out and, maybe find out if you take 50,000 milligrams of niacin every single day, for months and months and months. Yeah.
Well, also too, the tendency is if you get sick, then you just go, "Oh, I'm a potential trouble source and I need to go get handled." Whereas in the real world, people go, "Oh, I'm sick. I'll go see a doctor." And if it doesn't go away, then the doctor's going to keep looking until they find what's actually going on. And in Scientology, the mechanism is to be like, "Oh, yeah, I figured out who I was connected to that was being evil or saying bad things about Scientology. Okay, I disconnected. Okay, great. I feel amazing. Yay, I'm good to go. Now I don't have to keep spending money on it."
Yeah. The whole focus when you have an illness is on the Scientology aspect, not the body, the physical aspect.
Yeah.
And they believe.
And don't forget that if for any reason it doesn't work, like if you don't quote unquote get better, then it's because you have committed crimes and you have evil purposes, and that's a whole other thing. You're just going to have to keep spending more and more and more and more money. So best to just shut up and say, "Oh, you know what? I feel better."
Well, yeah, but I just realized they think that when they don't get better, they need to keep confessing or they need to keep disconnecting or whatever. And that whole time, they're not at the doctor getting fixed what's really wrong. And it's crazy. Anyway. And also a lot of, by the time they do get around, like, "I'm not getting better, I really need to go to the doctor," stage 5 or stage 4, or, "Oh, it's throughout your whole body," or "It's in all your organs," and you're just like, "Oh, maybe if I would have gone to the doctor 5 years ago when I started feeling bad." Anyway.
Yeah.
Apostate Alex says, "Happy birthday, Mark. You sure do make a nifty 50. Keep up the good work, you two. Inspiring me every day. Much love, COAO SPTV UK."
Nice.
That's funny.
Thank
you,
Apostate
Alex.
He's the CO of the advanced SPTV in UK.
Yeah. And you know who the COAOCC UK is?
Who?
It's Kelly Copter.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, duh.
Or I don't know. Yeah, she's got to be, because she's an artist.
Yeah.
Obie O'Brien, heard you LOL'd the Shush 2D. Oh, yes. Yeah. I think on one of the stores, there's a shh.
It's on Aaron's store.
On Aaron's store, there is a Shush solo 2D assist in progress. In Scientology, when you're in the middle of a session, or if you do an assist on somebody, a touch assist or any kind of these assists that Hubbard wrote about, it's all just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. It's basically back rubs, essentially very light back rubs and heavier medium back rubs. But you put a sign on the door and you say, "Shh, session in progress." So there's funny merch over there. Hi, SPTV. Finding Cloud another live. Happy belated birthday, Mark. Love you much, Claire. And the amazing Goldie. To the Jane Does, we love and believe you. Yes, we all are thanking Goldie and everybody, and it's awesome. Thank you very much for that, Jane.
Yes, thank you.
Lafanda Grocklinger. Saw the first 2 episodes of your Shelley series, Claire. You are an amazing interview, and I love watching your content. Spy Files are great too, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Lathanda. We appreciate seeing you here.
I had to start putting out the Spy Files because Claire essentially took over the whole channel. Her videos are just slaying it. She's getting a lot of views on these videos, which is great. Means more people are finding out about this craziness. Jackie says, perhaps Goldie, perhaps Goldie, with all her spare time, can set me straight. I thought I'd sent 10. My name Jackie from Waggy World, Hawaii. Addicted to SPTV. You make me cry and laugh. Oh, maybe there's some other.
Oh, this is Jackie. I think this is the same Jackie that sent me a video. Jackie, if you're not the same Jackie, but I got a video from a Jackie in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's a 62-year-old that built a skate park in her backyard. And she skates. And she is amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to check it out. Red Lane says, I saw that. Did we say that? Yeah, we said that one. Yes, that's the one. Could she be sick? Yeah, she could certainly be sick. Yeah. And then we talked about Annie.
Okay, yeah.
Lost Scrapbook says, can you describe Miscavige as most charming? Gosh, was there ever a time when I thought he was charming?
I mean, he puts on a charming side for Tom Cruise. No question about that.
Yeah, that's true. When him and Tom are together, it's like, seriously, no, I love you, bro. No, I love you, bro. No, I love you, bro. You're awesome, bro. That's literally.
I mean, how weird is it? We've talked about the whole the building that was built at the property, the $40 million building for Religious Technology Center, and David Miscavige and his staff were moved into his offices, but no one else from Religious Technology Center was allowed to move in. But when Tom Cruise came to the property, he was up there using those offices next to Dave.
That's
with
right.
Tommy Davis.
That's true.
So
I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Not even the RTC staff could go in the building, but Tom Cruise, yeah, absolutely, man.
Yep.
Hey, Mark, Captain Bill says, hey, Mark, happy birthday. You may be 50, but you can still inspect my pancakes any day. That is a joke about pancakes. Thank you. Jefferson Hawkins. Hey, Headleys. Mark, happy birthday, youngster.
Yay.
Yeah, Jeff is
Howdy.
in here. Thank you for that, Jeff.
Yes,
appreciate
thanks for
that.
joining us, Jeff. We appreciate it.
Jeff's only a couple years older than me, I think. Not that much.
He's a spring chicken.
Mer P. Question, can you think of a name for Mark Fisher's subs? I suggested the Grady Bunch for Janice.
I marked this because I was like, what about the fishermen?
The Fishers and the Grady Bunch. I don't know. You guys have to come up with...
Could be fishermen.
Or
the fishies.
That's not cool.
Oh, okay. Well...
It's got to be, and also the fans are supposed to think of it. We're not.
Okay.
You can't. Other channels don't name other channels. They gotta find
their videos.
They have to find themselves.
Okay. They have to self-identify.
Obi O'Brien says, "Oh, and I ordered a mug."
Yay!
Awesome, thank you, Obi.
Nice.
Tarkina Myers says, "Love the new series, Claire. Mark." Just finished Mark's book, now reading Amy's. My hubs loves the big size shirts. He is 6'6" and a former athlete, so the roomy sizes are awesome. Yes,
nice.
They are. You know, that's the third person that's told me that they like them, and they're kind of, the fits are all good and they're comfy and all that good stuff. So
yeah.
Marilyn says, Mark, hope you had a very happy birthday. Claire, I'm taking a break from Z News tonight to work on a Claire doll by popular demand. That's a tall order. Hope I can do you justice. Oh my goodness.
Wow, Marilyn, you're so creative. I'm going to love seeing whatever you see. Sorry to put a bump in your Xenu outfits, but that's amazing.
What's the Facebook group? It's coffee cults
and craft lovers, I think.
Crafting
we'll link to
crafters. And They have
It's awesome. There's so many people in there. It's
it's a lot. There's a lot of people knitting while they're watching these, or crocheting, or doing what are those blankets, like patchwork blankets, and I've seen so many cool things on there. Rapids 444 says, if you have too many crackers, maybe donate to pantry. No, the crackers will get eaten. I have 3 boys. They'll burn through any crackers. That's not the problem.
And then Max is also a pantry surfer, our dog, and a counter surfer. So anything that gets left out, he just like sneaks it out to the backyard and then munches it out there because he's on a diet. So he he figures out ways to bend the rules, shall we say.
Yep. Kate Ashley says, hey, Mark and Claire, people were trying to blow the church when LRH was were people trying to blow the church when LRH was in charge, or did it get worse when Miscavige took over? Oh, no. Hubbard is...
Absolutely.
What's that?
People were definitely escaping left, right, and center when Hubbard was there. It was
all the way, people escaping and recovering them and all these things. That was all happening when LRH was around. And L. Ron Hubbard is the one who said, we always leave the door open for someone who leaves Scientology. We always leave the door open for them if they want to come back. There's always ways to get back into Scientology. And Hubbard was the one who wrote, but if you leave from the international headquarters that's at Golden Era Productions or that Gilman Hot Springs or any of these secret confidential locations, if you leave from one of those, we weld the door shut with an atomic branding iron. So he was not a fan of people escaping. Yeah. And I really do honestly think that Scientology has gotten worse since Miscavige took over. But most of the hardcore things that are screwed up, those were going on when Hubbard was there. Miscavige just takes great, great pleasure in punishing people and inflicting emotional and physical pain on people. And so because he has such a passion for it, I think it's gotten worse. And Hubbard had kind of not been able to run Scientology directly and have his hands in everything. So he was just getting reports on things. And at the time, David Miscavige was being an enforcer and getting rid of people and declaring people. And so he was getting into the groove when Hubbard was still around. And by the time Hubbard passed, he had a taste for it. So he just kept the show going. So
Miscavige figured out how to take the evilest parts of Hubbard policy and refine them to a fine art to exact suffering on people.
Yeah, he's good. David Miscavige's talent is figuring out a really, really horrible, like just brutal punishment for somebody, and then figuring out a way to say how that was Hubbard's idea and this is the policy that it's from. That was his X-Man superpower.
Yeah, like the Hubbard policy says, make the punishment too gruesome to be faced and enforce them. Well, Miscavige took that to things that only a evil, maniacal psychopath could dream up.
Yeah. Thanks for that question, Kate. Shay Anderson, small contribution to the legal fund. Would BFG consider using a Pride version of the SP logo a few times during the month of June? Sent one a week ago. Oh, we could check that out. I have to look. I have to see. Like I said, my email. I have to dig through my emails. Thanks for that, Shay.
Yeah, thanks,
Joyce
Shay.
Gray, Cracker Slacker, saw it in the chat. Cracker Slacker, saw it in the chat. Cracker Slackers. Gene Bloomfield, I was thinking of sending you those little mug with the tail and crackers. I guess not. A little mug with the tail and crackers. You don't have to send me the crackers, but you can send me a mug. But yeah, no, it's all good. I mean, I'm literally, guys, I have been sent, I'm going to say 30 or 40 either packages of crackers or cookies or...
Like, look, here's some more examples.
Yeah.
We've got chocolates. We got these are from England.
Yes.
Thank you, Luis.
We've been sent so many crackers that, and I hate to waste. That's the problem. It's not that I have a ton left. It's that I ate all the ones that people sent. The BTL run warned you about. Please make V-neck tees for women. Oh, write that down, Claire. V-neck tees.
We do have a V-neck of the Zeno is
Oh, you're right. It says ladies tee, but it is a V-neck.
Yeah. But we can add some more. I like V-necks too.
You could make other ones.
Oh, and by the way, give a shout out to Apostate Alex. I just saw he's in the chat.
Yeah, and you know, I'm a horrible person. I just realized that we have some people that sent giveaways. They went to the store. There's a thing you can do on the BFG store where you can say, I want a gift. Give this as a gift, and you have to make a note of that, or just a donation, and in the note you can say, I want this for a giveaway. And didn't we get 2 or 3 people that wrote in for saying for giveaways? We
did, yes. Yeah.
So it's been an hour, so we might as well just spin the wheel.
Giveaway time. That's
if
right.
somebody wants to do this, we'll give away 2 things. So we're going to pick 2 people. I'll pick somebody, and then Claire will pick somebody, and then we'll do the 2 giveaways right now. Or if you want to do another giveaway in a half hour, by that time we should be done with all the questions.
We do still have a bobblehead to give away too.
So we have 3.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll do 2 now, and we'll do 1 when we're done with all the questions at the end. Awesome. So if you want to blow up the chat,
and by blow up the chat, we mean enter a name 5 to 10 times. No more than 10,
you don't have to do 100 in a row.
Not 30 or 40, otherwise Goldie will fire us.
Yeah, Goldie's like, what? Okay, we're going to do one. Hopefully it's a good one. I'm spinning.
And what are you giving away this time?
Well, whatever they want. So we'll do it that way, because some people want... oh, sorry, I'm spinning. It's just going so fast. I'm trying to pick one, and it's just, oh my God, it does. I see what's happening. It's like 1,900 people. It seems like all of them are in here at the same time.
Nice. Well, that's what we want.
Here we go. I know. I'm going to do one. And Tracy McCoy, please, Little Mike, for me, thanks. Okay.
You got it.
There's
awesome.
A bobblehead. And you want to pick the next one?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna do another one, guys. So keep it going. Keep it going.
If my so full disclosure, I had to get a new computer. I haven't installed it yet, but my computer is so choking up that you might have to pick all of them, honey.
Okay.
Because I don't see any of the new comments.
You ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin, and Japan of Green Gables.
Yay.
Oh wow,
Japan
frequent flyer.
Nice. That's
Thank
amazing.
You. She got it. Sorry guys. I mean, I just spin the wheel. It's the only thing I can do.
Japan of Green Gables, I think you're saying you'd like a book, but either way, email me Claire at blownforgood.com, and same for you, Tracy McCoy, with your address and what it is that you want, and I will get those out to you tomorrow morning.
Awesome. Yeah. With this new store, we can just send you a link for merch. So
the next giveaway can be merch, and in that case, you just go to the store, figure out what it is that you want, email us the link to what you want, and we send you back a giveaway link. It's pretty awesome.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Liam says, it seems the church really tried to end your marriage and you didn't let it. How do you think you found the strength to persist when others can't?
Yeah, they really did. I mean, we haven't even... One day we'll do an episode because...
All the times they tried to break us up.
All the times they tried... I mean, actually, I think David Miscavige, the first time he tried was when we'd been married for like 3 months. Remember at New Year's? And he was like... We went over to him at the Biltmore. Sister? Oh, are you brother and sister or husband and wife? It's like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's true. You're right. It was at the Biltmore the first year we were married.
Because we got married in August and this was in December.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
and then the time that he called me over and said, at midnight, I was walking home.
Yeah.
I was 19. We'd been married for a year and a half. You were in Denmark.
That's right.
And he pulls me, and I'm walking home to the bus like midnight, and he's with his whole entourage. And at that point, he was like, "Where's Mark?" "Sir, he's in Denmark." "Did you hear he's boinking other women over there?" It's like, "No, sir, I didn't hear that." I'm like, well, what do you say to that? Really? And then I remember that I quickly like had to write to get approval to call you. Like, Mark, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, I was like, nothing. I was like,
nothing.
It's like that State Farm commercial. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, no, I'm working. COB said you're doing.
Oh
I was
my
like,
God! But yeah, we
what?
have probably 20 stories like this, like 20 stories. Anyway, yeah, crazy.
Ann Burrows says, question, did you know any other Australians at the base other than Mike loving the Shelley series, Claire Bears Forever?
Yay,
there was a ton of people. There was a guy named Paul Schobel. We call him Shobes.
He's the guy that married us.
Yeah, he's the guy. He was the Scientology minister that married us.
Yeah.
There was a lot of Australians there, actually. There was a lot of people from Australia, New Zealand, UK. There was a lot of, to be honest, Americans were probably the minority at that property. If you in Scientology, that's another funny thing in Scientology. In Scientology, they have U.S. and non-U.S. That's how they refer everything outside of the U.S. They just refer to it as non-U.S. So they're very
so
arrogant.
educated.
Yeah, very arrogant about the U.S. U.S. and non-U.S.
Yeah.
And that's actually on their promo. Like if you order something and you say, "Oh, I'm from U.S." or non-U.S., and that's how the statistics are organized, and there's a lot of things that are organized by U.S. and non-U.S.
Yeah,
but
it's so weird.
But at the Int base, because there was a lot of translations that were happening there in terms of recording, mixing, producing, typesetting, designing, all these different things that have to be produced in all these languages. You could have 10 or 15 people from France and another 10 or 15 people from Spain. And you have all these different, and you have Spanish, Castilian Spanish, and then you have, Spanish. I don't know what you call the other Spanish, but they had Castilian Spanish. And then, so if you were an American, you were like a rare breed up at that joint. Thank you. Definitely Australians. Next question. Andy Fabulous saw the show yesterday. Oh, took a little second there. Saw the show yesterday. Did Claire know you saw Shelley in a sheer teddy before this? And did you sleep on the sofa last night? Also, don't the OT8s know there's no other OT levels that have been played? You would hope the OT8s know by now that there's no OT 9 and 10 because they're...
And I think that's why there is such a large percentage of OT8s that get up and leave, and
they know.
But
they know what's going on.
So to answer your question on the first part, this story about Shelley in the sheer teddy is in Mark's book, and that's where I first heard the story. No, he didn't tell me about it when it happened, but
No, I wasn't.
Shelley is also, well, let's see, she's almost 20 years older than you.
No, she's 12 years older than me.
No. Oh, yeah. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I've been keeping track. Anyway, no, it's all good. 12 years, by the way, 12 years, when you get up into your 50s, 12 years, not that much. Go on.
Oh, my God, shut up. No, the truth is that Mark knows exactly where I stand on these things, so he knows.
Also,
if you know.
Also, this happened 25 years ago, and I didn't do anything. I just saw her.
No, yeah. Exactly.
And it wasn't, I didn't do any, and also I didn't even do anything to see that. She showed up like that, and I was scheduled to be there. I was scheduled to do work there at that time. The fact that she's dressed in a sheer nightie, that's on her, not me.
Fault. And the fact is, had you even told me that, I would have written a report on you. So, that wasn't.
Yeah, I'm smart enough. I know she'd rat me out at a drop of a hat, so I didn't share all the details.
Yeah.
No, TLMs. Are Sea Org years of service similar to dog years? 1 year takes 4 years out of your enjoyable life. You know what?
Yes.
I did the math on this once, TLM.
Yeah, we both
did. And a Sea Org year is equal to 3 normal years. Yep. Just so you know. So if I worked at a job and I did 40 hours a week, the 15 years that I spent in the Sea Org was equal to 15 years of Sea Org life was 45 years of a regular job. So I had many careers in the Sea Org, and each one of them could have been a full life career in the regular world. And I did three of those worth, just an hour's working.
And 3 is conservative. That's just based on the issued schedule. It doesn't factor in the all-nighters that we did.
Yeah, those are 3x hard years too. Those are not loafing through it years.
Oh, and let's give a shout out to Clara. I just saw she's in the comments. She does
awesome.
Amazing work for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Clara. Annette Baum says, thanks for all you do. Thank you, Annette. We appreciate all the support we can get.
Yes, thank you.
Rue says, how do young Sea Org members find places to date? Watch a movie, cuddle, cook dinner for another? Ugh.
No, that's so none of that takes root in the Sea organization.
Yeah,
you don't. There's none of that. None of that. There isn't.
You know, it depends on what Sea Org base you're at. But some Sea Org bases, like I found out that these guys in LA, these slackers in LA, they go to the movies on the weekends and stuff. And so if you were in Los Angeles,
what did they used to call the LA org?
No, if you
Slack and Pack or something like that.
Well,
what was it?
There's two things. If you got busted from the Imp base, and after they canceled the rehabilitation project force at the Imp base, then if you got assigned to the RPF, you had to go to Los Angeles, which was called the Pacific Area Command, or PAC. And if you went to the RPF, then somebody would say, oh, it looks like you're going to be Black and Pack, because the RPFers wear all these black clothes, and they wore black shorts and black T-shirts and a black belt and black socks and black shoes and black armbands. And so if you were going to be Black and Pack, that meant you were going to the RPF.
Yeah, sorry. You just reminded me of something the other day. So the part about the rehabilitation project force that was so grimy and icky is that if you were on the rehabilitation project force and you were doing well and you had earned a gold armband, then you earned the right to sleep in a room with your spouse one time a week. And I saw this room for the first time when I was in PAC, when I was a religious technology center person. And it was a room with a mattress in it. It was like no sheets, no nothing. It was one of the most grimy, gross, disgusting things I've ever seen in my life. And I felt really bad.
It is.
It's dehumanizing, like not quite like anything I've ever seen.
Yeah. Like it wasn't a room that was your room. It was the room for the thousands of Sea Org members. I think there was a time, I want to say there were several hundred people on the RPF in Los Angeles. In the late 90s or the early 2000s, I can't remember, but it was like a workforce. Like the PAC RPF was bigger than most other Sea Org organizations. That's how many people were on that rehabilitation project force. They would build all the sets for the events. They'd do all the renovations at the buildings. They would do all the weeding on the street and dig up the pavers, and they did everything. Yeah. And they had, well, there might have been multiple rooms that were like these conjugal visit rooms, but
I only saw one.
Well, I never saw this room. It sounds disgusting. So let's not talk about that anymore.
Anyway, I know.
Somehow
the other day, I've been going through memories of stuff from working on my book, and that memory came up, and I was like, that was absolutely awful.
Yeah. So to answer your question, Rue,
none of that.
You can't cook dinner. You can't cuddle even, really, if you're not married.
Date.
Maybe going to a movie if your organization that you were in and the person that you want to hook up with, if their organization got to go to a movie, then possibly you could go to the movie together and you can hold hands in the theater or something without anybody seeing.
And we talked about that about us, that we went our first quote unquote date
Yes.
was riding in
The
a
bus to LA and back.
to a Scientology event, sitting next to each other,
Yeah.
with 50 other staff. So
Yeah, there's not a lot of undercover nonsense going to go on. People are going to know. Calico 26, is it possible to make sweatshirts without hoods? I can't wear hoodies at work. Yeah, there's a ton of sweatshirts in there. There is a Hail Xenu crew neck sweatshirt. There is a crew neck long sleeve. But we can make some more sweatshirts. Your wish is our command. Calico 26.
Okay, we hit 2,000. Yay. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Does the store use the discount code LOVE? No, it doesn't.
No, but don't we have a
No, that was only for the first weekend.
No,
and,
but there's another one that was set up for
No. That one. Somebody got in there and used it. I didn't even tell anybody about it.
Oh, I did.
You did?
Yeah, because I felt bad because they had just missed the other cutoff.
Oh, so you gave them another code.
Yeah, I went in there and I saw it was live and I was like, oh, use this one.
I saw that. I was like, how did somebody find out?
Yeah.
Ron says, so much respect for you both. What do your kids think about having SPTV celebrity parents? They think we're spazzes, just like Claire just said.
Yeah, but they have said, sometimes they watch these lives and they're like, yeah, it makes a lot of things make sense and fills in holes for them. And, anyway, they're
teenagers.
We've always been age appropriate to what we tell them. Yeah.
Pamela Crawford, what is a Scientology marriage ceremony like? I'll let you answer that one.
So there's a few different ones. The one that we had was called the double ring ceremony, where the minister holds up two rings and you have to create an image of the ARC triangle in Scientology, which is the affinity, the feeling of love or liking for someone, reality, things you can relate to and agree upon, and communication, your ability to talk to somebody. So ARC triangle is a concept in Scientology by L. Ron Hubbard. So you have to envision the ARC triangle in the rings, and it's just a bunch of nonsense, really. There's nothing religious about Scientology in my experience. And most of this was just generated for background scenery after the IRS tax exemption. Yep.
They just wanted to get tax exemption. So they have all these religious ceremonies, and it's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo made to it was good enough for the IRS. How about that?
Yeah, but Mark and I were actually married by Paul Schobel that we talked about earlier at the Celebrity Center on Hollywood Boulevard.
No,
and then
it's on Franklin.
Whatever, Franklin.
In Hollywood.
Okay, Hollywood, in Hollywood. And then we went back to work the next day. So, yeah, super fun. Woohoo.
Apostate Alex says, shameless plug, if I hit 5K subscribers this month, I pledge to donate to the Aftermath Foundation. A bunch of viewers have matched it, so the total is now 1.5K raised. Wow,
nice.
Awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, everyone get over to Apostate Alex when we're done here and subscribe.
Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed here, subscribe here. Oh, we're up to 2,000 people watching live.
Nice.
If you guys are watching and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Then you can find out when we do these. And also you can get notified when we do Shelley videos and spy files and all kinds of good stuff. Thank you for that, Apostate Alex. We'll put a link in the description too. Bison 5360 just signed in. Wi-Fi not good in the country. I just drove 5.5 hours. Did I miss anything? Mark, like a giveaway? Ha ha ha.
Oh, it's Bison 5360.
Yeah, see?
Nice. That's
see,
awesome.
This person won.
No, but I told her, don't listen to Mark. He has no idea what he's talking about. I know. I stick the labels on the boxes, for crying out loud. I'm paying attention.
This is so weird. Another person did a super chat. How important are chiropractors to Scientology?
Wow.
That's not the one we answered earlier. So
No.
86 GOP, sorry, but we answered this question earlier, and because somebody else asked it, but we got it. We're good. We did it.
Yeah, we covered it. So if you just hit rewind and they have lots of money, there you go. That's the short version.
Amanda Campbell, Tiffany Haddish said she was kicked out of the org for throwing a fit about sleeping in a bunk bed. Is this really possible? Wouldn't she just be punished? No, she basically, they told her, this is a great question, Amanda, and we got to find this video. We'll put a link to it. I've linked to it before, so I know it exists. But there's a comedian, very funny comedian named Tiffany Haddish. And when she was in Los Angeles, she was broke. She was living out of her car. She joined Scientology so she'd have a place to sleep and get, 3 hots and a cot. And when she went to the Seawork birthing, there was this room with all these bunk beds in it, and she was like, "Oh hell no!" And that was it. She didn't even make it one day. She was just like, "I'm out." Just when they told her where she was going to sleep, it is the Sea Org birthing, or where the Sea Org members live, where they sleep at night, because you're not there during the day. The only time that you go to where your birthing is to sleep. So. Or to change, like if you have to change from one type of uniform to civilian clothes, or if you take one type of uniform to change into a special uniform for some sort of event or ceremony, that's the only time you go to your birthing. And usually, if you're single, in almost all cases, unless you're a very high executive, if you're single, you live in a dorm. And the building that the main Sea Org birthing this is the case in Los Angeles. It varies from different Sea Org bases around the world and around the United States. But the Sea Org base in Los Angeles used to be a hospital, used to be Cedars-Sinai Hospital. And so the dorms are in these big, giant rooms that used to be where you would have several patients, or like people that are being treated, or operating rooms or whatever, these big giant rooms. And you could fit 40 or 50 people in one of these with bunk beds. And some of the bunk beds are stacked 3 high. So you have a bottom bunk, a middle bunk, and a top bunk. And that top guy is hitting.
Even think it was some. It was all of them were 3 high, at least when I was there.
In the later years, they made some private type of rooms for like couples, if you were in a higher organization, or if you were coming from where we worked and you were just staying in Los Angeles. True. They made special rooms just for us, and those rooms had like double stacked bunk beds. Right. They didn't have triple stacks in the nice places. Mm-hmm. And that's the even crazier thing. You could still be in a room with 10 dudes, just only double high, because you're such a privileged Sea Org member. You only have double bunk beds, not that triple bunk bed stuff the animals are sleeping in.
You just reminded me of the funny one of the times I laughed so hard. So when the famous thing happened where I sent you your rings, you said, "I can't. You're gonna make me be looking at hairy asses for the rest of my life."
Yeah. So if you're married, then you just get your own room with your spouse. And so you have your bed and your dresser, and then, your closet. If you have a closet, you have a closet. Some birthing, they just have like one of those temporary hang-up racks, and that's where your clothes are. Because you don't have most Sea Org members don't have that many clothes. Like when I left, I took a small suitcase with me, and it wasn't even really heavily packed. I didn't have much clothes to speak of. Okay, we are answering these way too long. We have 8 minutes till our next giveaway. Okay. Stacy Wise says, all the SPs say hi to OSA. Excuse me. It is a problem that more and more channels are starting and are growing membership faster than. Is it a problem? Sorry, I just had an air bubble. Is it a problem that more and more channels are starting and are growing membership faster than Church of Scientology? You can learn, Osa. Keep watching. Yeah. This channel that you're watching right now has more subscribers than there are Scientologists. And that is a fact. Okay. And even that figure is a high figure for Scientology, that they have that many members, because we're talking to maybe 5 or 10% of those members, and the stories that they're telling us is that people are leaving in droves.
Yeah. And by the way, Stacy, thank you so much for being the encourager of all things SPTV network related. Stacy has been buying and donating bobbleheads and bracelets for all new SPTV members, so that's amazing.
Yeah, we're sending bobbleheads and bracelets. If you are a Scientologist or you're an ex-Int-based staff member and you do an interview with Claire, you're getting a bobblehead or you're getting a bracelet because you're doing, you're on SPTV. That's what we do. That's how we roll over here at SPTV. So, and if you start a channel,
and I forgot, and let me know.
Yes.
I think I'm good, but
you should double check that.
I'm far from perfect.
So we have been sending out a lot of bobbleheads and a lot of bracelets to a lot of people.
Yes.
Thank you for that comment there, Stacy.
Yes.
Andy Fabulous. I know Claire and Mark. You crack me up, and I love you both. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Andy Fabulous.
Brett Grace. Do they let non-Scientologists stay at Celebrity Center's hotel or the hotel in Clearwater? Are they only for Scientologists, or would they want the opportunity to try and bring you in? I know they used to let you stay in the Manor if you weren't a Scientologist, and they used to let you stay at the Fort Harrison if you weren't a Scientologist, but I don't think it's that way anymore. I think
and
I think they've
filmed
clamped down on that.
a bunch of things at Celebrity Center, right?
Yeah, they use Celebrity Center as a location all the time. Even one of the guys, it was funny because Jason Begay's on this TV show, Chicago PD, and I went and hung out with him for the day and was messing around on the set with him and stuff like that. And one of the guys in the show, his name is Patrick. He was in a show before Chicago PD, and he got married in the exact same place we did at CC, at Celebrity Center, in the show that he was on. He got married literally exactly where we got married in the Rose Garden, where the fountain is and all that at Celebrity Center. So, but yes, they do shoot things there, but I don't think, and you can definitely go and eat at the restaurant at the Celebrity Center if you're not a Scientologist. And people have, and most of the time they say it's pretty creepy. And the food's, I guess the food's okay. I don't know. I don't think I've ever eaten at that restaurant besides when we had our wedding.
Yeah, I ate there once when
you were in RTC.
Visiting there when I was in Religious Technology Center.
Yeah, see, when you're in RTC, you get to eat wherever you want.
Oh, because
Thanks for that, Brett. Seneca says, Claire, you, Amy, Nora, and Kelly or Vanessa need to do a weekly's lady night live chat weekly. Would be hilarious. That's not a bad idea.
That is not a bad idea. No, we can
you could do a simulcast with just the gals.
Yeah, well, that could be the vision of Women on Wednesdays.
There you go. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we'll do a live on Wednesday night with just women talking Scientology. I'll make a note.
We'll see by Wednesday.
I'll throw it out to the crowds and see what happens.
Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Cassie,
oh my God. Literally, you're going to make me punch you, honey. After 30 years, you're going to make me punch you.
Cassie.
Hi, Cassie.
Isaac. How old were you when you guys left? I'm sure I've heard this, but I can't think of it at the moment. Love you guys. I was 32, I think.
Yeah, and I had just turned 30.
Yeah, I escaped like 3 days.
Yeah. You
2 days.
You escaped on January 4th.
4th, yeah.
2 days after my 30th birthday. Happy birthday, Claire. See ya. We don't want to be ya.
I gave her a present before I left.
You didn't even talk to me.
I gave you a present before I left.
What? You did? What present did you give me?
Andy Fabulous says, how can you say you'd
Notice
report
how
Mark?
He jumped off that question real quick,
He's
folks.
innocent, man. Yeah. How can you say you'd report Mark? Oh, she did. It's not a matter of she would. She did. Thank you, Andy. When I can't remember it was the motorcycle. It was when I crashed my motorcycle in the middle of the gas station and didn't even hurt the motorcycle or myself. Electric Boogaloo. Question, did they send people to the RPF just because they were in low on numbers in the workforce? Not really.
That, no.
That's
quite the opposite, actually. There would be periods where they had so many people on the rehabilitation project force that they would get them off of that program to fill back up the staff positions.
Yeah. That's right. That's a good point. Whenever, so every few years, when the statistics were bad, David Miscavige would have a bright idea. Like, oh, this is why things are messed up. And he would, in most instances, he'd get rid of a ton of executives. So in all over the world, not just in Los Angeles. If things were going bad in LA, he'd do it in LA. But if it was going bad everywhere, he'd get rid of people everywhere. So let's just say 30 executives went to the RPF. But then he put in these new executives, and most of the time the new executives were from the imp base, and they're used to how Miscavige treats them. So when they'd go out to these continents, then they would show the wrath of, a Sea Org executive, and they'd get rid of a ton of people, and those people would go to the RPF. So there's these waves where the RPFs would just get giant, and then they become this workforce. So Claire is exactly right. After a few rounds of these, and by the way, the RPF could take you a year. It could take you 10 years. So there was a guy that my friend, his dad was on the RPF for 10 years. He didn't see his dad, and his dad was on the RPF. I think maybe he saw him once a year, or maybe he got one of those family visits, and he went and saw his kids instead of his wife.
My uncle in England was on the RPF for 10 years, too.
Frank?
Yes.
Frank O'Sullivan was on the RPF for 10 years.
Yeah, and in fact, he escaped, and my mother turned him back into OSA. That's why when you took off, I was like, well, hell to the no, I can't go to my mom. She's going to ship me right back. I was like, that option's off the boards, folks.
Yeah.
Live and learn.
That's true. She showed her true colors long before.
She did.
And she used to be in the Sea Org, and she escaped basically by having a kid.
Remember we talked about this? She was even on the rehabilitation project force when I was about 7 for a few months, and I couldn't even talk to her. Yeah, it was crazy. Stories for days.
Anyway, but most of the people, we didn't really answer the question. That is how some people go to the RPF, but most of the time, it's if you slept with somebody. That's 50% of the RPF is people that slept with other people, and they wouldn't send them to the same RPF. So if you slept with, Janelle, and your name was Brian, they sent Brian to the Clearwater RPF, and they sent Janelle to the RPF in Los Angeles. Yeah. Because if you did that and then ended up on the RPF, if you end up on the RPF with that person, you're definitely going to be cleaning in a closet with each other during the day.
Yeah, in fact, so I saw that Catherine is in the chat, Catherine Olson. Yeah. And she said, remind me to tell you what happened at Columbus, when they told the staff they couldn't have any relationships because they were on mission.
Yes.
Yeah. So Catherine, let's cover that in an episode.
Catherine Olson. I should tell the story about what SO members did in Columbus when we were told no dating because we were all on mission. Yeah. So on mission just means whenever there is a Scientology organization that's just has staff members. So they're just Scientologists that work there during the day, and they sign like a 2.5 or a 5-year contract. But when the day is over, they go home to their kids and their wife might be the breadwinner and they work at the Scientology org, or vice versa. One of them has a regular job that can pay the bills, and then the other one is just donating their time to Scientology, because you don't make money working for Scientology. Scientology keeps all the money, and they give you just a little bit, and usually they want that little bit back too. They want you to give them money for other stuff that's more than the amount they're giving you. But if an organization like that is not doing well, the Sea Org, one of the Sea Org bases that's in their continental area, will send what's called a mission, and it's just 3 or 4 Sea Org members that are supposed to go there, and usually if they're not making money, or they're not selling counseling, or they're not selling courses, the purpose of the mission is to do more of that. And the Columbus org that Catherine was at, they had like a whole squad of Sea Org members, like 10s or 20 or 30 of these ones that started running the whole org. I don't remember the exact amount she said, but it was a whole bunch of them, and they weren't allowed to fraternize with each other. So
yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
We'll cover that in a story. In fact, so I already reached out to Amy about Women on Wednesday, and we could have Catherine as a regular guest.
You should be paying more attention to the giveaways, not the...
no, blah, 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 blah. Everybody here knows I'm a multitasker, honey. That ship has sailed.
That's why we're 4 minutes over on the giveaway.
Okay, all right. So giveaway time, folks.
Giveaway, and then we're going to answer these questions somehow.
Yes.
Okay, do you want to pick it, or do you want me to pick it?
You do it.
I'll pick it because you're
like my computer's running.
She's
like
multitasking. That's why our computer is also multitasking. Okay, it's whatever you guys want. Bauble, book, merch.
Or merch.
Yeah, whatever you want. Get in the comments. I'll give you a few minutes to, move, get over, switch your phone position, get your thumbs working, get over to a computer if you're listening. Oh my goodness, it's going wild in here. I haven't been in the live chat, so I got to go. Here we go. I'm catching up.
Okay.
Oh, wow. 7. What time is it? Oh, yeah. I'm 10 minutes. Still 10 minutes. I got to get. Sorry, guys. You're getting lots of good time here. I just got to get up to 7. There we go. 7:35. Okay, I'm caught up. Okay, here we go. And
You going to do a countdown?
Oh, yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I clicked it. Ugh. There it is. Click. Boom.
Yay,
Rebecca B.
Rebecca.
Bobble, please. Thanks. Okay, Rebecca B. Get a hold of Claire at blownforgood.com, and she will send you send her your address, she'll send you a bobblehead.
Yep.
Yes. Did we make the SP shop live on the thing?
We did. Yes.
Oh, yeah. We're going to put a link to that, too. The SP shop has switched over to this new platform. What? I just asked you, and you said yes.
I know. I was talking about the SP shop on Fourth Wall. No. We haven't pointed the domain to it yet, so...
We could share the link to the store.
We can, yes. And we have we have a whole new amazing line of merch.
Yeah, the SP shop doesn't go to us. Any merch sales from the SP shop go to the Aftermath Foundation. The proceeds go to the Aftermath Foundation.
Yeah.
So we'll put a link in the description.
Oh, and did you want to say about the new item that's in production for the SP shop?
No.
Okay.
When it's done, we'll release it.
Just believe us. There's lots of amazing.
There's lots of good stuff,
coming.
but I don't talk about it until I have it in my hand. Because anything can happen between now and then. Okay. Thank you, Rebecca. You got a bobble. Let's get over to the starred. Boosh, let's get these questions. The BTL warned you about. Please make V-neck tees for women. Answered that.
Yep.
Hate videos. Oh, yeah. See, now we did this last time. We got to talk to StreamYard again because we are jamming up their
system.
Yeah. I don't know, Mark. You went to a lot of cracker trouble, and the store just saying, I know. It's not my fault. I didn't know. I ate a bunch of crackers and I didn't feel too well. And then I felt better a few days later. Then I ate a bunch of crackers. I didn't feel too well. And I thought, I should be eating these crackers. That's why
and then
I don't eat crackers.
Right before we came on here, he was like, yeah, I don't think I can eat any more crackers. It's just not working out for me.
I told her. It's bad news.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not earth-shattering news to me, who's never really seen you as a big fan of crackers in the first place.
Valerie Boljak, how do you think Shelley would feel if she knew how many people actually care if she is okay? I think she would actually... I think she would like it that so many people are concerned. Yep. I think that she we'll never find out about that necessarily. And I don't know how you're going to find. I mean, if somebody's wearing if you're in Big Bear or Running Springs and you go to the store a lot and you're wearing a Where's Shelley t-shirt, that could rock her world.
Yeah.
And that's a cool thing. I don't think anybody knows about that. If you go to the Blown for Good store and you look, we have in the Where is Shelley collection, we have something called the Where is Shelley topography shirt.
Yes.
And that topography background is the location where we think she's at.
Yes. That
is the actual location is in the design, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
Okay, let's answer some questions. The Scrapbooker question: how do I know if my chiropractor or dentist is involved with COS?
Yeah, I have a good answer to this.
Yes.
Ask them. Say, have you ever heard of Scientology? The look on their face will tell you the answer immediately.
Or L. Ron Hubbard.
Yes.
Because a lot of these chiropractors, they get in thinking this is not Scientology. It's just when Scientology wants to trick you into getting in Scientology, the book says from the works of L. Ron Hubbard.
Yes.
And they essentially take an L. Ron Hubbard writing and they just take all the Scientologies out of it.
Yes, that's right.
And they put it out it's the same exact writing. It's just translated into WOG, which is what they call anyone who's not a Scientologist.
Yeah.
Just ask them if they are, or if they have any certificates up on their walls, because Scientology loves to give out some certificates. If they have any certificates on their walls that say WISE or Scientology, or they're signed by L. Ron Hubbard, their certificates that they give out in Scientology are like signed by L. Ron Hubbard in like a foil signature. Yeah, I just realized that. That's kind of creepy. Purple Net, I just received my signed BFG book. Can't wait to start reading it. Love you guys. Thank you, Purple.
Yay.
Kim, the Vet Tech, this is my very first super chat ever. When are we going to meet Max? We have met all the other SP pets. Yeah.
Yes.
He'll show up.
Yeah, he'll show up one of these days. Bella is my office buddy. So like she's scratching at the door right now to get in. I'm like, meh. But Max will. He's just older, so he likes to chill in his bed. But he's got the most amazing underbite of any pet you've ever seen. He's hilarious.
Yeah, Lafanda. Yeah, somebody from Germany. Sorry, Mark. Danke is German. It means thank you. Yeah, I know now. Thank you. I knew it. I think talk is thank you. Declare Dave loves suppressive Sherry. Mark, what brand model microphone are you using? It's an Audio Technica. Let me just mute it so I can look at it.
Here we go. He's going to go all out to give you a complete answer.
It's an Audio Technica C414. And I actually got this. Sorry. I actually got this microphone when I recorded my book. I got a matched set. So they're calibrated to each other and they were made at the same time. And they weren't cheap. And I had it. I got it for something else as well. And so when all that other stuff was done, I had these sitting around. So most of the stuff I use for doing this, I was just sitting around at my shop for the most part. Thank you, Declared Dave loves suppressive Sherry. Mark Fisher, are you closet Swifties to Taylor Swift tour? No, sorry. We do have some friends that are Swifties, and we have heard nightmares about getting tickets for that tour.
Yeah, we actually, multiple friends we've heard horror stories from.
Joe says, no, please keep talking. When professionals get business success from LRH Tech and become whales, can you describe what their mindset is like? Well, most of these guys are happily giving the money to Scientology because they were sucking air before when they were in their practice and they were drowning. And then Scientology gives them a bunch of tips and tricks. That is not Scientology. It's not. The things that they're having them do, that's the Scientology part, that's not what making their business grow. The part that's making their business grow is doing things that you should be doing if you have a chiropractic practice. And if you just did those things, you'd probably make more money. Well, because Scientology's spinning it a little, and that's who told them about all this, then, you know. But a lot of those guys are, I think that is, I mean, I don't want to say it's a dying sector of Scientology. Whenever you talk about any part of Scientology, they call it a sector. Like this is the public sector, or this is the medical sector, or they mentioned it, they kind of call it sectors or different fields. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of those guys. They're not very happy when they end up going to jail and they don't have the money. Scientology got most of the money. That's not a good place to be. Jenna Talia says, I get it, Jenna. Thank you. Funny. Claire is doing a 10 out of 10 job on the Shelley series. Have a celebratory root beer on me, Claire. Yeah, Claire is killing it, slaying it on the series. All those are edited and produced by BFG, the BFG channel. Susan B., what was... Oh, there it goes. What was Shelley's maiden name, and and are her parents still alive? Her maiden name is Barnett. Yes. Her mother passed away when she was, I think, I want to say in her 20s.
No,
in her 30s?
The 1980s.
I know, when Shelley was in her 20s.
Oh, when Shelley was in her 20s, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And her dad, Barney, passed away in 2006 or 2007? 2007. Yeah. We were very, very good friends with Barney, her father.
Yeah,
and
he'd become almost like a grandpa to our oldest son, who was going on 1.5 at the time.
Yeah.
He would dote on him and play with him all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, I'm going to say hi to Mary,
okay.
Anne's 1.5-year-old daughter. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary. Some people video these, and then we say hi, and then they send us a video of the kid going like, they're talking to me. Hey, Mary, how's it going?
Hi.
I don't think the 1-year-old's going to do anything, though.
It's okay, but Lucy from a week
Hi,
ago
Lucy. Let's say hi to Lucy again.
Hi again, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Hope you're having a good day.
Angelina says, hola, from Mexico. I like how you two are still finding out things about each other in these live chats, sending you amor para. Okay. Whatever you say.
Our son probably knows what that means more than we do.
Our sons speak Chinese and Spanish, and we speak barely English.
Or French.
PA Girl 913 says, how can we buy Goldie a cup of coffee like we do Amy? Oh.
You could go to the merch store and just do a donation and say it's
for Goldie. Yeah.
And then I'll pass it on to her.
Yeah.
I have the hookup. I know how to get stuff to Goldie.
Yeah.
So just say it's for Goldie, and
PA
that's
Girl.
where it will go.
That's exactly. Go to the BFG store and just say this is for Goldie, or this amount is for Goldie, and we'll give Goldie that amount.
Yep. Perfect.
And
Thank you for that.
We do take care of Goldie too, guys, just so you know. Samuel Craven says, from Grand Junction, Colorado, love you guys. Mark and Mike Rinder's book, along with Aaron Smith Levin, his SPTV. Thank you, Samuel. Appreciate it.
Samuel.
Cyborg Scientology says, I live by Hubbard Theater in LA. What is a show like? I live by Hubbard Theater? I don't know what that means. The LRH Life exhibition? What is a show like? If there's a theater that's playing any kind of movies from Hubbard, they're Scientology introductory films like Orientation or any of these films they want to play to get you in. I mean, it's an okay theater, but you're not getting out of there without giving over your contact info. So have some fake info ready. Declare Dave loves suppressive. Happy belated birthday, Mark. New series A++ Claire.
Thank you.
Thank you, Declare Dave loves suppressive Sherry.
Appreciate it.
Lathanda, I hope you know how inspiring you are to so many people over the world. You created a community of compassion and support, combating COS hate with love. Yes, we try. It is funny, Lathanda, that we're trying to just like be open arms to Scientologists who want to leave. And the Scientologists that are in are like talking shit. They're sending letters to my companies. They're doing all that. And we're just trying to help people. So it's all good. I mean,
I love that our goal all along, the only reason, like all we ever wanted to do was help people. Unfortunately, our parents put us in a position where we falsely believed we were on a path to doing that. And I love that now it's so therapeutic to just be able to help people and educate people and help people get out, help people start their lives over. It seriously makes everything work. It makes all the pieces of the puzzle fit together, and you just go, you know what? This is my mission in life. I've been put on this path. I am who I am for a reason, and here we are.
Yep. Not a Sheeple says, I can't find the 4 character on a T-shirt in the shop. Am I missing something?
Caricature.
Yeah, caricature. You know what? You're right. For a long time, we didn't have a logo that didn't have a background. So no matter what shirt we put it on, it didn't look good. But I think we do have one of those now. Yep. So we'll make a note to make some shirts and stuff like that.
And somebody was asking for phone cases too, because I added those to Mike's store. You can special request them, and I special requested them, and they were approved right away from Mike's store. So we need to add them to ours.
I'll let you do that. Since you did them already, you can do them again. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Fun.
I love the initiative. Thank you very much. Melanie Kawak says, Mark, I just finished listening to BFG. I thought I'd read all the books on Scientology, but I gotta say your work ethic and enthusiasm for life is just amazing. Well, thank you. Yes, if you read my book, you'll find out I've been a spaz like this for much before we ended up here on YouTube. Colonel Brock, we had a 17-man room birthing. Yeah, that's like child's play, dude. Child's play. I think the biggest one I've seen was in the 50s or 60s. I think that was like, oh boy. Like you could barely squeeze through the beds. It was like bed, dresser. And you got like the dressers, and they even stacked the dressers on top of each other, which I've never seen that before. But in Seawork birthings, they have a dresser that's on top of another dresser. And they're not the same kind of dresser in almost all instances. It's whatever dresser you had and whatever dresser that dude had. One of them's going on top of the other.
Or whatever dresser the latest person who escaped
Yes. Oh, that's true. When somebody escapes and they leave anything behind, they didn't leave anything behind. If you know what I mean.
Oh my gosh.
In the dorms.
Creepy.
Gone.
In England, when I was like 7, I remember during when people were cleaning their rooms, they would do these random, not garage sales, but like, oh, here's everything from the latest person who blew, and it's like, get your pickings. It was just the weirdest thing ever.
Yep. Mark Fisher said, please go back. Some super chats missed, including mine. No, I got them all. We're good. I did start reading another one at the end.
Yeah.
Yes, this next one is so good. Kaz Ferns, Mark, where did you stash your Depeche Mode CDs/tapes? When I escaped, I left my entire collection in the room that Claire and I had together.
That's how desperate you were to get out of there.
That is. I didn't even take one thing with me. And we're going to do a video about this one day. But when we said we want our stuff, there better not be one thing missing out of our stuff, because we knew they'd pick over it like vultures. We said there better not be one thing missing out of our stuff. And we knew of other people that escaped, and they asked for their stuff and they couldn't come up with it, and they had to give them the money equivalent of it or face, basically theft of our property.
Yeah.
And they sent us an inventory when we got our stuff back. Pages, and we have to do a video with this list.
Yeah. It was like 65 pages long, single type.
And probably 5 pages of that 65 pages were Depeche Mode items. It was the best. Anyway, some poor Seark member had to type up every single...
It wasn't some poor Seark member. It was somebody from Religious Technology Center. Chelsea Graves and Warren McShane were the two that did the inventory.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, Kaz. Appreciate that. Dave Wilhaya. Osa equals bear in Spanish. That's where the smell is coming from, LOL. Leave the place, Osa. Get the stink off, Suppressive Dave.
Nice.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. That's funny. Osa means bear. Stacy White, to the channel owners, don't make me broke. Oh, you don't, if you can't financially, what do they have like on, we need to put a disclaimer up at the end of the video. Merchaholics, if you have a problem with merch purchases.
Well, no, that was
contact.
Stacy. That was Stacy.
I know. She said, don't make me broke.
Yeah.
Ron says, any chance of getting Jason Begay on as a guest or a co-host? Love the interview he did with Mark Bunker back in the day. No, I mean, I talked to him last week, but I don't know. We don't have that sort of relationship where I would have him come on here. We just hang out and talk and stuff. I don't know that he would want to. If he saw the channel and he wanted to be on, I would absolutely have him on. Destiny Salazar, is OT9 leaving Church of Scientology and starting an SBTV channel?
Yes.
It is. It 100% is. And
Yes.
OT10 is getting 500,000 subscribers. Okay. Destiny, thank you for that.
And apparently YouTube has a special button for that.
Oh, Rue says, thank you for the non-dating answer. Breaks my heart, however, you two get to date forever now.
Yes.
That's right. And that is something I want to say, out of the years that we were at the property, we might have had an anniversary dinner like maybe a handful of times.
I don't know that we ever did. I remember you got me flowers once.
Yeah, but what about that time we went to Denny's at 3:00 in the morning?
That was for a birthday.
Oh, you're right.
We never got to celebrate our anniversary.
Yeah.
You did get me flowers once or twice, which I thought was like, you were like Superman. Like,
Yeah,
how
that
did
was
you
like
even
2
pull
weeks of
that
pay.
off?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like 2.
exactly.
Oh yeah,
I was like, wow.
I had to get
my
you have to get
gosh.
an approval to ask some place to purchase flower from.
Yeah.
You can't just be calling up florists.
Yeah.
That's out security.
Yeah. But no, so we never once
That's true.
celebrated our anniversary other than like, oh, happy anniversary, honey.
Yes.
I love you. If we saw each other that day.
Yeah. Or if we were in the same country.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Same
state.
State. Yeah. Yeah.
We have celebrated every single one since we've left.
Yes. In
Andy
spades.
Fabulous. Hi, Mark. Happy birthday. Today is my daughter's birthday as well. Can't believe how connected we are. My anniversary is 31 years come August 29th. Ooh, that's close to ours. My daughter and I will be going to Gold Base in a couple of weeks. Well, happy
Nice.
birthday to your daughter, Andy.
Happy birthday.
And you don't need to stop. Just drive by.
Yes, be
but if you want to
safe.
get some pictures, you could do that. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate it. Happy birthday to your daughter. Couch, I just ordered 2 Xenu mugs. Yay.
Yay.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Thank you, Couch. We appreciate it. What would happen to Scientology if Tom Cruise would leave? From Marion. Thank you, Marion. Scientology, that would be a huge hit to Scientology because he's been so pumped up as like the most dedicated Scientologist that if he left, and already just him not talking about Scientology is kind of weird. If you're a Scientologist and you're not willing to talk about Scientology, that means you're having a bad Scientology experience and that something's wrong. So for Tom Cruise not to talk about it is very telling. And he did almost leave before. And Nicole Kidman was just about to get him out.
Yep.
And then they spun a whole bunch of craziness and made him convinced that she was a suppressive. And that's why she was trying to get him out of Scientology.
Yep.
So, yeah, it would be a hit. I think it'd be a pretty big hit to them if he left. But they would do what they always do, and he'd just be a bitter apostate if he talked any trash about them.
Yeah.
They'd be like, he didn't leave, we kicked him out.
Yeah. So should we get through the last 10 questions here, do a final giveaway, and wrap up in the next 5 or so minutes?
Yep, we're almost done.
That's our plan,
Heidi,
folks.
what are your views of DV's interview with Ted Koppel?
DM.
What?
DM, David Miscavige. Interview with Ted Koppel.
DV. I get it.
Yeah.
DM. I found it a bit strange. Is that how he acts normally? Did you hear any behind the scenes opinions? Oh, yeah. We heard all kinds of craziness, Heidi.
Yeah.
He thought that he was amazing. David Miscavige thought that he told them the thing that they were mad about is that they played in that interview, they played a whole thing about him, Halbert, talking about Xenu, and they weren't supposed to do that. And a lot of Scientologists were watching when that happened. And Dave Miscavige kind of played it off. Oh, he talks about space opera stuff all the time in lectures and da-da-da-da-da-da. But that was threw them for a curve because Scientologists are watching. They don't know about Xenu. And then L. Ron Hubbard starts talking about Xenu. And then he just waved it off, which is a really good example of how even when somebody tells the truth about Scientology, Scientology tried to spin it like, that's not what Scientology is about. It's 100% what Scientology. It's what you find out on operating Thetan level 3. But he got himself, I think we've told this story on here. David Miscavige was that episode won an Emmy. And Ted Koppel got an Emmy because he's the host of that show. David Miscavige didn't get an Emmy, and he was so butthurt about that RTC made him an Emmy, and that was David Miscavige, Ted Koppel interview. Okay, Jason Lynn. Love Mark's book. Oh, there it is. Jason, love Mark's book and looking forward to Claire's. I really love the reunion at the end. I'm so happy that you have a new SPTV family after yours disconnected from you guys at the SPTV stars. Thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah. Yes. And this was my plan all along. Get all these other channels going so we're not on the hook for doing 4 lives a week. We were doing, there was a point, I think we were doing a live every day of the week for a while and on the weekend.
Yeah, we were trying to hit all continents, all time zones. Now you got
Amy and Mark and Janice and Mike and Aaron and all these other channels. We do Tuesday, and sometimes we do Monday, and we do a Shelley video, an SPTV video, and maybe some interviews or something else. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Yes. We got other things to do, but there are a lot of channels. That is awesome. Eat More Pizza Now says, is there a list compiled of people missing in the Sea Org? There's not that I know of, but in the the spy files, the SPY files, in the spy files, there is a list that I just found the other day of all of the people that they were planning to get rid of and throw out like trash. And they talk about each person and why they should be gotten rid of and why they're such a slacker and where they should send them. Like, oh, this person's going to go to the RPF in Australia. This person's just going to be kicked out and thrown out on their ass. This person's going to do this. But they list every single, it's hundreds and hundreds of people. It's amazing that I found these documents. It's crazy. So hopefully we'll get to that, Eat More Pizza. It's Casey again. I highly recommend.
Honey, you need to apologize now.
Is it Cassie? Cassie.
That's his evil cackle, folks.
I'm going to just remember.
You are so full of it.
Cassie rhymes with Lassie.
Oh
Cassie rhymes with Lassie. I have to remember. Cassie is very classy. Okay, classy is very Cassie.
Whatever does it for you, just don't do that again. I'm going to punch you, I swear.
I highly recommend buying the BFG book so you have a hard copy, get it signed, and get the Audible version. So it's like Mark just telling you the stories in his voice. Fantastic book. So darn good. Thank you, Cassie. I appreciate it.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness. Hopefully I remember that next time because I am bound to do that again.
I'm going to give you the evil eye.
Milton De La Cruz says, super chat or super sticker. Thank you, Milton. And another one. Let's try that again. You're my favorite power couple. Thank you, Milton. I appreciate it.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to, there we go. SP Cracker Liquor fan. Wow. Thank you very much.
Wow,
that's a super sticker.
That's
thank
amazing.
you.
Thank
Cat
you.
and Maggie. When the verdict comes in, I'm curious if Claire would be interested in discussing the process of being an expert witness.
Yes,
is that possible? Yes, we will
definitely.
absolutely do that when it's all over.
Thoughts for days.
Catherine, this is a treat for Max, my favorite dog.
Oh, Max misses you, Catherine.
Yes. Oh, they were such good buds.
Yes.
Ron says, another German phrase, best du Verdict. Translation, are you crazy? What my dad said to me when he saw me breaking chunks of salt licks that had been put out for cows that are from. You are my people. Thank you, Ron. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't lick salt licks that have been put out for the cows. I do not recommend that. Okay, it is the end. Are you guys ready for another giveaway?
Yay.
We are going, get yourself over to your phone or your tablet or your computer or your Apple TV or whatever it is, and get ready to get up in this chat.
Andy Fabulous wrote in the comments, by the way, he said, Cassie is changing her name to Casey.
I'm sorry, Cassie. That looks like Casey. When I see it, I see Casey. So no matter what anybody tells me, that's what I see. So that's what I say.
And
but
in case it wasn't obvious, Mark is very stubborn and refuses to get a proper prescription for his eyes. So he's not very good, especially getting later at night. Just saying, stating the obvious.
Oh my goodness. Hey, let's see what time it is so I can see where we are in the chat. We're about to do another giveaway,
we have
folks.
2,000 people here still. That's amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's good for us.
Yay. Thank you.
If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't, hit the like button, hit the like. And if you hit the bell notification, you'll know when we do these.
Yes, and then you will get not only notifications of my next Shelley episode, which... hot tip for those in the chat, it's going to be with Amy Scobie. And you'll get notifications when we start the Women on Wednesday series, because I've already taken care of all the logistics of that behind the scenes here.
Yes. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Kitty Mom,
Yay.
Carol.
Okay.
Oh, she's probably got a cat.
Yep.
Or she's got a kitty.
Well, it's okay. Either way, she won. So
she won. You're the winner.
Email me.
Kitty Mom, Carol. Kitty Mom,
Claire
Carol.
at blownforgood.com and tell me what it is you won, because it's your choice.
Yeah, you get to pick. We picked you, but now you get to pick.
Yeah.
Wow, that was very good. We got a lot of people blowing up that chat. Well, we appreciate it, guys. I think we had a good time tonight. I think that was a good live. It was a good show. The next thing is either going to be a spy file or another Shelley interview. The next one that's coming out is with Amy Scobie. Amy Scobie worked with Shelley for a while, and when Amy was a big executive over the Celebrity Center, I think they had a lot of dealings with it during that time. When
she's actually one of the only people in a very small handful that Shelley considered a friend for a period of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've
not
met a lot of those people.
No, they're very slim pickings.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
And I think we covered it. Anything else? Is that it?
That's it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for staying for the very end. And don't forget to check out the BFG Store.
Yay.
Bye. Oh, here, let me take that clip off after all that. There we go. I didn't hide the comment. There we go. Let's see. There we go. I knew I'd figure it out.